Hello, everybody out there in the YouTube world and the vinyl community and Beatles land as a whole. It's Beatle Dave calling to you from Derbyshire in the UK. Beatle Dave, this is the channel where we talk about everything to do with the Beatles and record collecting in general. Now, for this little video, I thought I would show you one of my more sort of like unusual Beatles White albums. I'm not saying it's worth a great deal, but it is just a little bit out of the ordinary, should we say, for a UK Beatles collector. So it is the White Album, or, so I've been told off before, because they'll say it's not the White Album, it's called the Beatles, but everybody calls it the White Album. So it's the Beatles LP, otherwise known as the White Album. And I'm sure you all know that this was like a double album when it first was released in November 1968. And it was originally on Apple Records. Now, this is an issue from the early 70s. Now, the original ones in the UK, they were called top loaders. So your records came, you put your records in and out from the top, but this is a side loader. So your records come in and out from the side like that. Now, this is a bit strange because it's not British, it's not American, it's not French, it's actually from Greece. So it's a Greek person. And it's on EMI. Now, before you say, you know, a lot of you will say, well, if it's on Capitol or it's on Parlophone, technically it's on EMI. Yeah, it is, because they were part of the EMI group, weren't they? But this is actually on the EMI label. So it's not numbered. The Beatles is in black, where on the originals it was just like embossed on the sleeves. And the sleeve at the spine is really, really nice condition. So it is stereo, and the number is 14C 062 04173/74. Like I say, it is a double album. Now, unlike the originals from Britain and the rest of the world, or the UK and the rest of the world, this does not have the photos or the poster with it. It didn't come with them. Later ones in the UK didn't come with them in the mid-70s. As far as I know, the track list and everything is the same. So that is the inside. It is a gatefold. They still get the picture of the Beatles there, and you get the track listing there. Now, for anybody that doesn't know the track listing, I will just quickly go through it. So you've got Back in the USS are Dear Prudence, Glass Onion, Obladi Oblada, Wild Honey Pie, The Continuing Story of Bungalow Bill, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, brilliant song, Happiness is a Warm Gun, Martha My Dear, I'm So Tired, Blackbird, Piggies, Rocky Raccoon, Don't Pass Me By, Why Don't We Do It in the Road, I Will, Julia, Birthday, Yard Blues, Mother's Nature's Son, Everybody's Got Something to Hide Except for Me and My Monkey, Sexy Sadie, Helter Skelter, Long, 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 Revolution 1, which is a slowed down version of Revolution, which was the B-side to Hey Jude, Honey Pie, Savoy Truffle, Cry Baby Cry, Revolution 9 and Good Night. And it says published 1968 EMI Records. And that says EMIA/AE EMIALSA. Made and printed in Greece by EMI Greece SA. That says there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. There. The cover is not as good as the UK versions from this sort of time, because in the UK, and I think even in America by this time, you was getting laminated sleeves. Or a laminated sleeve means basically as a very, very, very like thin coating of plastic over the top of that. I know it isn't just that, but that's the easiest way to explain it if you don't know. So you get the EMI logo there, and you get the EMI logo just there. So like I say, this hasn't got the poster or anything with it, or the four little photos, but it is in actually quite nice condition. It's dead weird to see this when you're used to seeing things on Apple or Capitol or whatever. Let's have a look. So this is side one. And this is what I mean, where it's just on EMI. Side 2. Which at the time, this is the sort of label that people like Queen in the UK and Steve Harley, Cockney Rebel, Kate Bush. You know, this is the EMI label that they would have been signed to. So it's very, very weird to see the Beatles on it. Sound quality is very good. As far as I can work out, it is the original UK mixers on it, stereo mixers. Quite a heavyweight record for the time. So I'm thinking it's more like early 70s than late 70s. So that's side 1 and 2. And I think this is the sleeves it came in, but I'm not 100% sure. So this is sides 3 and 4. That was side 3. Yeah, you can see these labels okay. And then that is side 4. Just thought I'd show it, yeah, because like I've said before, I am a Beatles fanatic, a Beatles collector, a record collector. But the majority of my collection is the Beatles. It's what started me off into record collecting, was collecting Beatles records. So to me, every time I see something, yeah, you know, the Beatles White Album, original UK copies are worth, you know, a mono or original stereo top loader are worth quite a lot of money. The reissues from the 70s, some of them are worth a lot of money as well now. So it's not like it's exactly, you know, an uncommon record. There's a lot of these about, you know, a lot of the Beatles White Albums about, but you don't see many on an EMI label. In fact, you don't see many from Greece unless you live in, you know, if you live in Greece, they're probably as common as, you know, dogma, can't they? You know, but to a Beatles collector in the UK, this is something nice and different. And anything different, if you're a collector, you will buy, won't you? Like I say, the sound quality and everything on it is absolutely fantastic. It's on par. It's on par with 70s pressings. Excuse me. It's on par with the, you know, the 1970s UK pressings and the 19 stereo pressings and the American pressings of roughly the same sort of era. You know, it doesn't sound any worse or any better. It's just on par with them, to be honest. So it's a lovely little thing to have. Value wise, I wouldn't be able to tell you, to be honest, because I don't really know what it is worth. I know I bought it because I bought a few Greek Beatles LPs, like in a job lot. I think it was either last year or the year before. But there was some other Beatles stuff in it as well. So it wasn't just like, it was a couple of Greek LPs. There was like some of these and then some American ones and something else now. And I don't think I paid a great deal. Like it was under £100, but I can't actually remember how many records I got. You know, there's quite a pile of them. So yeah, so I hope you've liked that. Like I say, anything that's slightly different as a Beatle collector, I will get it. As the name says, it's Beatle Dave, as it says up there, Beatle Dave. So this channel, 99% of the time, is about the Beatles, but it is also about record collecting in general. And we do features on other artists from time to time, you know, just to keep people interested, because not everybody is a Beatles fanatic like me. And I do understand that. So, you know, that's why I do try and do the occasional video on other people as well. We have done them on the Sex Pistols, David Bowie, the Kinks, Adam and the Ants. So, you know, if you're into music and you like other artists other than the Beatles, just check out some of my old videos. We did one on Eric Burdon and the Animals. What was that album called? Love Is, from 1968. That was either last weekend or the weekend before. So as I've said before, keep watching the videos because even if you're not the world's biggest Beatles fan, there is usually something for you. Thank you to everybody that is subscribing to my channel and liking. If you've watched this video and you just come across it and you think, yeah, that's all right, Beatle Dave is okay, hit that thumbs up and just subscribe. That's all I ask. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. I know I'm never going to be like a massive channel with thousands and thousands of followers. I know I will always just be quite a small channel because it's a bit of a niche market into the Beatles. Yeah, it's like Marmite. You either love the Beatles or you hate the Beatles. That's why sometimes I do other things as well, just to keep people interested. But that is by the by. All the records I show you on this channel are my own. I don't borrow them. I don't get sent records from record companies or anything. Everything I show you is from my own collection. I don't take myself too seriously. I do like to have a laugh and a joke sometimes. And as you've noticed, all my videos are done live. I don't edit them or anything. So if I make a mistake, it's kept in because I want to keep this channel as real as possible. The easiest way I do it, because believe it or not, I'm actually quite a shy person in real life. So the easiest way to do it is to look at my laptop or my phone or whatever I'm recording it on at the time, and just imagine I'm talking to somebody like at a table. That's the easiest way. So if I met you at a record fair or in a pub and we started talking about Beatles records or records in general, and I made a mistake, I wouldn't say, "Oh, hang on a minute, I've just better start this conversation all over again because I've just made a mistake." If I make a mistake when I'm going along and I know I've done it, I will correct myself. Don't get me wrong, and I will tell you if I think a record is good enough or if I think a record's bad. Case of this, if you ever see this, I would say, yeah, as long as you're not paying silly money, buy it because it is on par with the UK and the American versions that was released at the same time. But it is nice just to have it on that EMI label, isn't it? Well, I think it is. So I hope that's been entertaining for you, and I hope you've liked my video. And like I say, if you have liked it, excuse me 1 minute because I keep getting things up saying I should be pressing this and I should be pressing that. So if you have liked my video, please just do me a favour, hit that thumbs up and hit the notification button and the subscription button, and then you'll be notified when I'm doing new videos. I do try and do at least one video a week, but sometimes if I'm on an 8-day straight working pattern at work, it is impossible for me to do them. So if I'm like before that or just after, I do try and make up with doing a few. So until the next time, everybody, please stay safe. Once again, thank you to everybody that is subscribing and leaving comments and leaving the thumbs up. It does mean a lot to somebody like me because, like I say, I haven't been doing this channel that long. I think it's about 8 months now we've been doing it. So if you do want to leave a comment, please leave a comment. But please, if you're going to leave a comment, leave it about the video that we're on about, not something completely different. If you think, oh yeah, I've got that, but mine came with a poster or the photos, please let me know because all the research I've ever done on that one, it says that that's how it is. But that like I say, the UK ones in the mid to late 70s, I don't think they had the posting them anyway. So until next time, everybody, I'm wobbling on now, so I don't want this video to be too long and I don't want you to get bored. So it's Beatle Dave. Beatle Dave from Derbyshire in the UK. It's actually quite sunny at the minute in Derby. So as always, love your records, cherish your records, clean your records, but above all, play your records. And if you like George Harrison, I've just done one on that one as well. So check it out. Always check out my videos because there's probably something from one of my old videos that you might not have seen and it could be of interest to you, which is why it is best to subscribe as well. But that's entirely up to you. So until the next time, please stay safe, love one another, and I will see you very soon. So from Beatle Dave in the UK, in Derbyshire, it's cheerio for now.